Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Rachel Rudolph. She's with the University of Kentucky Extension Vegetable Specialist there. We're going to talk about high tunnels, and they've been around for a while.
Yeah, so we have more than 1,700 high tunnels in the state of Kentucky. I think we're now either second or first in the Southeast for the highest number of high tunnels, so it's really no joke here. As far as how they differ from greenhouses, we would call it protected agriculture, not controlled agriculture, right? So we can influence the environment, but we can't fully control it. So we have passive heating and cooling, right? We roll the sides up or down if we wanted it cooler or hotter. You have sun coming in, you're blocking rain and snow, so you can affect moisture, you can kind of control moisture, but you can't really control the temperature. You can influence it. It's management, it's not control. We don't have control, let's say.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is a great tool because it is season extension, and we're able to have year-round farmers markets,
right,
and those type of things.
Right, yeah, season extension. We can plant a month earlier than in the open field sometimes and keep harvesting a month or later into the fall, or, and so we can really stretch a crop's normal open field growing season.
And so people might say, I want one, right? And it's a great thing, but there are some drawbacks.
You're excluding rain, so in that sense, you are affecting the way the soil reacts to a lot of things, right? So you essentially end up with an irrigated desert. Mm-hmm. And so, right, we have salt buildup, we have too much nutrient buildup in the soil. You have not less, but often you see different pests and pathogens than you would in the open field. And so people just aren't kind of prepared for some of those.
Yeah, because they're different.
They're different. And we have a honeymoon period in the high tunnel, right? It's maybe the first 2 or 3 years. And then
we start to have
reality hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right. You see the buildup of these issues, sanitation, right? And so, yeah, you just have to keep that in mind and plan for those unforeseen events.
What resources are out there if you're a new high tunnel grower about what to plant, when to plant, those type of things? So
we do have a YouTube channel that has several videos and presentations. Some are short, some are long for people that learn differently on beginning high tunnel production. We have the basics of weed management, disease management, pest management, crop production. We have all those things for beginners. So that is on my website, vegcrops.ca.uky.edu. And so we have all those. We have a YouTube channel. And a lot of the resources for crop managements that we have for open field are still relevant for high tunnels. It may just be coming at a different time of year, a little earlier or a little later, but a lot of those resources are still relevant.
And let me ask this. So when we're talking about, there's different fungicides that we might use in the open field, insecticides, those type of things. Is that the same in the high tunnel or different?
So in the state of Kentucky, a high tunnel is considered a greenhouse.
Okay.
And so whenever your label says not to be used, whenever your pesticide label says, not to be used in a greenhouse, that would also be the same for a high tunnel. So in that sense, there are some restrictions. So we are restricted more on certain fungicides and insecticides for sure. And herbicides are probably the thing that is the most restricted. There's just not very many options for herbicides in a high tunnel.
So people need to keep that in consideration.
Definitely keep that in mind. Yep.
Yeah, because a lot of times we think, oh, well, I used it in the open field. I've got my sides up. I can use it here. But sometimes it just doesn't even react the same.
It does not, and it stays there longer, right? Because we don't have that same weathering process that you have in the open field.
Absolutely. Now, when we're talking about possible crops, I know there's a lot of those on the crop diversification website.
Yes, Center for Crop Diversification. Yes. So the thing to keep in mind is your market, right? Profitability. I say to people, you can grow anything in a high tunnel, but should you?
Thanks for watching and have a great day.